Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 1192 of FloWrestling Radio, live from Austin, Texas. We are back. We're back here on the 15th floor of 301 Congress for the time being. New time, going live. We've come a long way in just a little bit.
Back like we never left.
We've been displaced, but we have not been. Our spirits are not broken. And we're here. We're excited to be here. Got a lot to get into. First, intros. To the right, David Bray. He's here. Our Scuffleonian, yours and my favorite Scuffleonian, Andrew Spade, traveling back. Probably taking the long way home. Spending a little time in the lounge.
My favorite Scuffleonian is no longer allowed to be a Scuffleonian.
Who?
David Bray.
Oh, that's true.
That's, you know what? You do the crime. You do the crime. You pay the time.
You do the time.
You do the time.
You do both.
You do both. The crime and the time. So
to the right, Carney's favorite son, J.D. Rader, the most accomplished loper that I'm aware of in sports media.
It's probably not true, but
I think
I'll take it.
It's true for now. I think I'm the second most accomplished media personality from Buffalo Gap High School.
Okay.
I'm behind Tony Schiavone.
Oh,
so I'm in
wow.
I'm at best second place out of a school with 400 kids. So that's not ideal. To the left, America's side piece. He can't do. He's cowardly to do the double flex. Oh, there he is.
Dang, I thought he ruined.
I had to get on the tiptoes.
I thought he ruined too many computers to try that, but
yeah, he's got two computers going, not just one. So anyway, a lot happened last weekend. We had a bunch of duels actually. Soldier Salute. We had Southern Scuffle. Host of other relevant things happened. JD, where do you want to start today?
First and foremost, a moment of silence as we salute the troops, because that's what went down this weekend. They saluted the troops in Iowa. Decent tournament, but not everybody was there that we wanted to see there. So first question I have coming out of Soldier Salute is, why only a couple starters for Iowa?
So I think it's all there if you listen to Coach Brand's his pre, which I didn't really catch it in the beginning because he didn't talk about any entries at all. But he said, we don't really like this date. We prefer that 28th, 29th date where Midlands is. That's where the Soldier Salute's been. And then the entries come out Thursday. You're like, okay, Jordan Williams, Nasir Bailey, not a lot of starters for the Hawks. And then they do the whole show, and then afterwards, or the whole tournament, and then Coach Brands is basically like, hey, we want to make it stronger, and basically said we can't do it for this time doesn't work for us to send the cavalry for whatever reason. You know, they start their Big Ten dual season next week, so I think without saying it, that's the read between the lines why we didn't see a lot of Hawkeyes starters at the Soldier Salute. Still a lot of takeaways there, but that's my understanding.
So why Bailey and Williams? Because they're struggling a little bit, wanted to get them some more mat time,
maybe that
it doesn't seem like their spots are contested right now.
Jordan's missed a decent bit of time. He missed the end of national duels, I believe, and he missed a couple other duels. So I think that was partially why. Nasir, I'm not sure. Was not a strong performance from Nasir, losing to Poe and then forfeiting out. Looked really, really tired at the end there. I haven't thought this is the weight for him, 141, and it's not turned around yet. It's not over. A lot of season still to go, but it was not great.
Seems like more than weight at this point.
Honestly,
right?
Yeah, you're right.
Who knows if it's everyone's going to point and say, oh, he's not motivated. He took the money. Now he's checked out. Maybe that's playing a factor. Only, Nasir and maybe the brands know what's going on. Maybe it's just it was the wrong weight. You start struggling mentally, and it kind of spirals a little bit. You lose your confidence a little bit. But, man, he has not figured it out this year.
No, not yet. Not yet. Jordan Williams,
he's figuring it out. He looks solid. Beat Travis in the finals. 7-1, I think, was the final on that one, and looked pretty good.
A couple former Cowboys. They definitely overlapped at some point. So maybe familiarity there, but that works both ways. And Jordan looked good. He looked solid. Tiga's not an easy guy to beat, and he did a good job there. So that's encouraging because of the concern meter for Jordan was pretty high after Cyhawk and after national duels. You're like, okay, what kind of productivity? This is a good step in the right direction for Jordan.
Another, or maybe the next most notable performance from a hot guy at Soldier Salute was Gabe Arnold, who ended up losing to Wask in the finals.
Yeah, right there to win. I think more than the match here, this to me like shuts the door on 74 which maybe it was already shut because it's Patrick Kennedy, but and even if Gabe wins, I don't know. I think Kennedy not being here shows like this. They feel really solid with him as their starter. Brands is rarely definitive, like this is the guy for sure, 100%. But he said that with Ryder Block at 149, that's, he's locked that up pretty well. But, he hasn't said that about Kennedy. But to me, I think, I don't know how much this factors in, but Gabe not being down at the start of the year, how much does that play a factor here? But it doesn't seem like there's any possibility, barring injury, for Gabe to earn this spot.
Right.
Well, I think too with Kennedy, he was down at the beginning of the year, and because of that, he beat Facundo, Harchla, Luca Augustine, Cam Steed. So it's like he had all these opportunities against some really tough guys, took advantage of it. Now he did lose to Gaetan, so it's like, does that put a little question in your mind about him? But I think if he comes back strong, it feels like the spot's his, right?
Not when Arnold goes out and loses to
Wask.
Danny Wask, who Wask
Good
is tough.
All-American.
Yeah, he probably will make the podium.
Kennedy is 2-0 against Wask.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, match was there to be won for Gabe. He had opportunities. JD, I remembered more vividly the Wask got on a single and Arnold like kind of countered and like picked in and almost scored there, but JD remembered like a near go behind and he went to the hip and couldn't get the score. So right there to beat a good guy, but
I hate when guys run waist. Don't be afraid to grab a little butt cheek. That's wrestling, baby. Sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you got to dig a little brown.
Or drop in on the single. I mean, anything. The hips just it's tough. But in the moment,
who was the one guy from Missouri that would always do it? Brock Mahler, though. And
yes,
he actually, it would make me so mad. But that was like his go-to, and he was actually really good with it. But I wanted to be like, no, that shouldn't work. You shouldn't run hip.
I'm sorry. You just throw the brick in the other corner. I'm sorry. You can't go to the hip there. That's just
Come
bad.
on. That's wrestling 101.
Come on.
Right there. Excuse me. Maybe the biggest weight, kind of getting outside of just Iowa's performance at the Soldier Salute, was probably heavyweight nation.
Heavyweight is often the biggest weight.
That is true.
Yeah.
But
They've cornered the market on that.
Yeah.
when even before entries came out, I was like kind of circling this when you're looking at teams, and it's like, oh, Christian Carroll's going to be there, Minnesota's going to be there. Would have been nice to see Keeter in there, but obviously we didn't get it. And then you find out Kobe Merrill's going, who, by the way, he's wrestled in like 4 college opens this year.
Yeah.
Or something.
He's going to be ranked next year.
I'm pretty sure he just did like the Iowa circuit. He wrestled in the like Grandview Open. He did the UNK Eunice Open too, and I think he did one other one in Iowa maybe. And he's picking up some good wins. He's tough. He took Carroll to tiebreakers. And then Carroll was able to get the win. Now,
I got to give JD an opportunity to gloat. He was courageous when we were talking about the strength and how well Christian Carroll was wrestling. He threw a little water on it before he took some losses, saying he was maybe harnessing the power of Christmas. It's your opportunity to gloat, JD. You may have called it.
Maybe. He did come back for third. He lost after he beat Merrill. He lost to Hopke in the semis. I want to say 6-1, I think was the score on that one. So, yeah, maybe, he just goes Christmas Carol, and after Christmas, can't do it anymore.
Well, but there's also, like, I think, we're all feeling a little bit post-Christmas break. It's like getting back in the swing of things. Maybe that's where he's at right
Sure.
now.
He tried his arm spin against Hopke, and Hopke clearly knew it was coming.
Why do you do the arm spin?
Listen.
Dude, that's one. He does that. He
does
likes
that.
that move. And Hopke was like, I know this is coming, and slipped a boot in as he was doing it.
Yeah.
And then, Carroll is like, he gets caught underneath holding the arm. Hopke's got a leg in, and then they get back up to their feet, and Carroll's like, what? That's a takedown? And it's like, yeah, it's a takedown.
It was a little quick, but
this
it was
was
definitely
America.
a takedown.
Yeah. That should be called a slip.
Yeah, he wanted the slip call there. No, I mean, Carroll's he's a gunslinger, right? He's going to go out firing. He's going to make some mistakes.
And then Hopke ended up losing in the final, winning in the finals against Ziola.
Yeah.
In kind of an interesting match.
Yeah, Ziola gave up one takedown. It was a counter takedown. He got a reversal. Switches are so back. Love to see it.
Ziola, every time off of whistle, will stand up to his feet and go switch right away. Watch his next match every time.
Really?
That's why he lost against Doucette, is because he just kept hammering. He just kept spamming standing switch button, and it didn't work. It worked against Hopke each time, but
seems like a really important win for Hopke too, because Ziola beat him earlier in the year.
Yeah.
So now it's like, but then Tabor beat Ziola, and I don't know, this whole roster battle thing.
But
Seems like
then Ziola beat Tabor
Yeah.
in the early rounds at Soldier Salute.
He also beat Lanazga.
Yes, in the semis.
Yeah, so it's a nice tournament for a true freshman. He weighs 220 pounds.
He I like Ziola a lot, and he really seems to me like the prototypical freshman wrestler who you like what you see out of him. You like the effort. He's constantly wrestling. There's just sometimes where it's like you can tell he's just inexperienced.
Yes.
Like on bottom against Doucette or here against Neutral and Hopke. There was times where it was like it's almost like he didn't expect to like have the shot when he would fake or kind of shoot, and it's like, oh, dude, it was there. Just go, and you have it.
I think these smaller heavyweights, I think it's in their heads how small they are. Like Heater talked about it, like how much last year he was thinking about being undersized, and like you're so much less likely to take risks there. And I think Cade's probably struggling with that a little bit. Like every attack's puts him giving a runaround right on the table. So I think that's something that he's.
What did Cade wrestle in high school? Was he ever? Okay, he was 220.
220. Yep.
So he's never been in that position.
Weighing 210, probably.
Right, where he's never been super
undersized. For Who's Number One, his senior year, he won Fargo at 190, and that was where his Who's Number One match was going to be. And then Ludington got hurt, and so then we had to get a match for him last minute, and they agreed on like 200 pounds or something. So he was, like a year ago, 200 pounds. He was some 215 just to try to get more experience against bigger guys.
I wonder what his workout routine schedule looks like. Like I wonder if like maybe you take a treadmill workout out every now and then. Take a practice off and just go full beef, because I'm sure he's eating as much as he can fit into his mouth to bulk up.
I think in season it's so hard for these guys to keep weight on. Just doing
the
practice.
Rigor, right.
The calorie burn is insane.
Other finals from Iowa City. Mauger beat Terrakina at 125. Oakley beat Walker at 33. Simcox beat
UNC
Poe.
kind of had a nice showing.
Yeah.
They've had a solid start to their season.
Yeah,
they
bad.
beat UNI. They've been good.
Edmond and Mendoza didn't wrestle in the 149 final. Both Missouri guys. Hepner beat Mayfield. That one was by injury default at 165. Sinclair ran through this bracket. He really continues to impress.
He might be my favorite guy to watch in the country. He's just so aggressive. He's so varied in what he can do. He's just so freaking good. He's just he's unbelievable. He had like one sprint against Daly where he's just like, the guy just didn't even know what was coming where. It was just like basically a hustle takedown. I just remain so impressed by him.
And then at 197, Joey Novak pinned Evan Bates. But it was actually a really close match until then. And then I don't know what Bates was doing when he tried to dive under.
A lot of guys do that, but like they put themselves in. So Novak was in on a shot, and he just kind of dropped in on the leg, head outside, but like super low. And Novak...
He turned in, dropped, and put his head like a foot from his knee, and Novak's like, oh, thank you.
He kind of cradled himself against a notorious cradler. This wasn't like, you give all the credit to Novak, but normally he's got to work a little harder to set it up there. This was like just a mistake from Bates, who's very good but pinnable, apparently. We saw Dean pin him. He got pinned in the tilt last year by Cardenas.
Oh,
remember that?
Yeah.
In CKLV finals? I don't know.
All right, let's move on to Scuffle, our other big first tournament of 2026. The big story coming out of Scuffle was Aaron Nagao
Yeah.
getting hurt and what this means for Penn State at the weight.
Yeah. So he won his match 4-0 and then forfeited out. And we didn't see him. Obviously, we didn't see him again after that. And this is, he got hurt at the Black Knight. We hadn't seen him. I had mentioned at the collegiate duels, it looked like he was probably close. Like he was working out, checked his weight, I think. And then he wrestles, last weekend, and clearly not back all the way. To me, I think the answer is like really obvious. If this is it for Aaron, which it's still only January, but at this point, I feel like them bringing him back made me think like he probably got about as good as he could get health wise. I don't think they're going to be like, oh, if it was something where 2 more weeks or a month would have helped him, I think he wouldn't have wrestled, right? So I think, I'm just, guessing
It's
at
the
that.
same shoulder that he hurt.
Yeah.
Whatever, a year and a half ago.
So now you're like, okay. So if we just agree to assume that Nagao's not going to be back or healthy this year, I think you wrestle Braden Davis 100%. I think Nate Desmond is good and would qualify, but he's not a 41. And he can get a lot of like gritty hustle wins against like solid guys, but I just don't think he's going to be able to place it at 141. And you've got Braden there, and what situation are you in next year with Braden, right? Like he's going to need to wrestle at some point. He's redshirting this year, okay, but if he
ain't making the lineup at 33 anytime soon.
No, that's not happening. And if Marcus goes up, then they've got Nate Desmond at 33, so he's got to wrestle at 141. I think you use Braden. I was surprised he wasn't here, but he did wrestle at Edinburgh
And won.
So maybe they're getting him going. But to me, I think someone asked maybe a question like, could Connor Pierce come down? And like that would be great, but I don't think so, man. I think that guy looked big at 49.
He looked good though.
He's
Connor
awesome.
Pierce is
Nice.
He's
He's absolutely the solution if he could get down there, but I'm not seeing that coming to fruition.
Yeah, that was going to be my suggestion. If we could just throw out the laws of physics. And,
The laws of physics.
all that. But yeah,
Or at that point, get Conor Mirasola down to 41.
that's actually a great point. It's a good idea. No, Pierce looks so good. I mean, then the other option that people are always going to talk about is Ono. I don't think that's happening.
Oh no, don't do it. You guys are getting all greedy with these guys that need a year. You want Jax? You want?
I don't have patience.
I understand. Just
Just think about how hype it'd be. They start playing that South Korean music.
Oh,
Ono
man.
bus out. Red
Taxi
call.
cab, I think it's called.
Can we
Taxi
get him in
driver?
an open at least? Can we just see what we're working with?
I don't know
wanna-
why he can't do any opens.
I think he can unattached now, right? Second semester.
But I think first semester he could have as well.
I will pay his entry fee if that's what it's
Chip
coming
in.
between.
I'll chip in.
Yeah,
I'm in.
If
Kozak's not.
if it's entry, if-
Kozak,
No, I'm
Kozak
not doing
won't pay for a toll road. He's not paying Masa Ono's entry fee.
I-
An
I've
entry
got
fee
him.
for Ono, that takes food out of my daughter's mouth.
That's right. And he has a lot of daughters.
That's true.
yeah.
But one less snake to feed. R.I.P. Coil.
RP. All right. Other kind of finals notes, or we can kind of mention
Yeah.
these. Ventresca won it at 125 over Zekwit.
Zekwit remains a guy
He's
to
tough.
watch. He's very tough. He's super big for the weight. Looks really strong. I mean,
He's a good vibes guy, too.
And
Good
he will
vibes.
party if he
Yeah.
wins.
he's a partier. And you know what? We can all resonate with a party guy.
I will say, Ventresca against the top 15, 10, he's going to be in tight matches.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
He's not a light up the scoreboard.
He's
type
so
of guy.
fast.
He
It's
is,
double-
when he goes.
When he goes, it's like, good gosh. Unreal.
133, Serrano beat Braxton Brown 5-4 in a fun match.
Wild match.
Was wild. Okay, Braxton. I mean, I knew the result before I watched the match, and I was like, wait, I thought Serrano won because Braxton gets the takedown. I'm like, how does he lose? And he gives up the peek out at the end. He gets this beautiful high crotch, and this is Clemson almost ripped the brick in half. He was so mad, but Brown gets the takedown, and like he's starting to work up. He finished below the waist. He starts to work up, and the ref stops it for a stalemate, and he was going to ride for a while there. Serrano was on his hip. It was a long way to get that escape, and they were on the edge. And so Clemson went crazy. There's nothing you can challenge there. And so, but still, Braxton could have ridden there, but Serrano gets away right away. And we see this so much, man. These guys just cling and hold in these front headlocks. You think about David Carr, I start twitching, like against Sidikoff. It's a short drag, and Serrano just peeks out, gets the takedown, and wins the match super late. Great match.
How do you feel about situational stalemates, quick stalemates? Like, tiebreakers is maybe its kind of own thing, but something like this where clearly a stalemate is being called because the referee knows in the back of his mind short time is left.
So actually, I would say I don't think that's what this ref was thinking. What they don't like, the reason he called it, in my opinion, is he finished the takedown. He's below the waist. He has to start counting. So a lot of them are electing to just call that stalemate instead of give a takedown and then immediately have to start counting. So they do that. So they do it quickly in that situation. The contention is, should he have had time to work up, a little time to work up? And I think that would have been appropriate too. So it's not, I don't think it was a situational, actually, to give him a restart. I think it was because I've seen them many times. They don't want to start that count right after the takedown.
What about a double boots situation? How do you feel about stalemate then?
I don't like the situational ones. They did that with Dayton and Soriano. But I'll say this, as whatever is that call was, it's very consistent. They do that frequently. Now, should it be? I don't know.
It's kind of the definition of a stalemate, though. If neither guy can do anything, if you give the top guy, I don't know, 30, 40 seconds to work for a power half or something.
Well, yeah, but tiebreakers are only 30 seconds.
I know. That's why I said tiebreakers is kind of its own thing, but you see it called even just in regulation when guys get double boots in and break them flat. And that's why I actually don't hate it, because I'm like, this is kind of the definition of a stalemate.
I always hear how, like, double legs, you can't turn anyone, you can't do anything with double legs. Do you guys agree with that? So many college coaches I've heard. Over. Yeah, you can power half. You can do some things.
It is kind of tough because you have to sort of give up double boots a lot of times, like, and secede a little bit of position to get the turn.
Yeah.
Like, you can get double boots in, hips in, and you can chill there for an entire period if you want. But to actually then work for the turn, a lot of times
the legs have to come out.
Right, or one has to come out as you work the turn. Unless you can, like, grab, like, a head and arm, pull up, and fall off the side a little bit.
That's the natural progression in my mind.
Yeah, so back to Scuffle finals. 141, Vince Cornella back in action, beat Composto.
That's a big win. Cornell is someone that missed a bunch of time for Cornell. Really tough, and now he's going to shoot up the rankings here. CJ Composto, I don't think there's – listen, just see it at the national tournament. That's right. That's CJ's mantra. He's placed twice, seated well outside the All-American.
Placed high.
He placed
like fourth.
Was he fourth last year?
Fourth twice, I think. Right.
8th and then 4th.
Okay.
I remember. This is funny. It was funny to me. His dad. I ran into his dad in. Where were NCAAs last? Did he place last year, or was it Kansas City?
Last year.
He placed twice.
And then
Philly.
he placed in 2022.
Yeah. So I ran into him somewhere. He's like, hey. He was nice. He's like, man, you didn't give Composto any love. I was like, whoa. Like, coming into the tournament, I was like, I didn't think you'd do this. I mean, he was like, da-da-da. He's like, yeah, I didn't see this coming either. It was funny. But, yeah, he's really good. But Cornella, it's interesting. There's Ivy ramifications. There's conference stuff there. So they'll see each other again.
149, like we mentioned, Connor Pierce looking tough. He won 13-6.
Brock Herman he looked really tough. He had a nice carry. He's like super physical, and Pierce got a late takedown in the first. And like after Herman looked so good, and then to go into second trailing, and it kind of spiraled a little bit.
I liked both the Herman brothers coming out of PA high school. His older brother Kenny went to Harvard. I think they were both tough. So 157. Joe Seeley beat Daniel Zepeda.
Crazy.
11-8. Crazy. Probably Zepeda's maybe a little undersized at 157.
Well,
but
don't
still
go
good.
Well, don't go 57 then.
Well, that match was awesome. That was one of my favorite ones until the injury at the end.
Yeah.
But Zepeda at 57 is really interesting because they had him trying to make 41 at the beginning of the year. He was close to 41 and then ended up, I think, not being able to do it. But why do that? Why go up to 57? And I wonder, is that a Daniel Zepeda decision, or is that, is NC State just wanting to see what they have there and wanting to see what he looks like at 57? And Arrington hasn't had his best year.
I think Arrington might be out.
So
That
that
sounds like he's hurt.
That's kind of what I wonder. Are they testing the waters with
I thought we talked about
Zepeda,
that.
thinking about using him?
That could be. It's funny. There's two guys wrestling. Oh, well, he's down at 49 now, but Seth Mendoza and Daniel Zepeda, we both thought were 41s, and they both have spent time at 57 this year. Freshmen be growing. Yeah, I don't. Zepeda's a solid option at 57. I don't know if he's going to get them over the hump or not. I'd save his dates, use him for Tech, use him for Stanford, and see if you can get Arrington back or someone else.
Now you got to figure out how bad that injury was.
And yeah, now you got an injury consideration. See, it was a crazy match. I mean, those scrambles were insane. I mean, Seeley's. Between him and Asher Cunningham, those guys are just honey badgers. They're just rolling around. They don't give a rip. I thought Seeley looked good, and it's nice to see him. He's third string, 57. I don't know how or when he'll ever start there, meaningfully for Penn State, but man, he's super good.
Adam Hall check back in here in 2 years.
Yeah, dude, we already said Connor Pierce. I hope he looks good in green because, it's like, all right, come on. Adam just gets on the horn. He's like, Connor, you know what's up.
You know what to do.
Seeley spent like half of that match in scrambles, but then not afraid to hit you with a super duck too. It's like
That was nasty.
Oh, that was so nice.
That was a crazy way to finish that match.
Little Rock got a champ at 165 and Matty Bianchi.
What a savage.
He is.
He's so tough. I do not want to wrestle that guy.
74.
Or any of these people, actually, but especially him.
74. Henkel won over Caden Bellis. Henkel, they're
Solid.
He's really good. If I'm him, I'm a little worried you might end up with Joe Seeley, having trouble cracking the lineup.
Well, who's their 74 next year?
Is Levi Dunn?
Yeah. I think he'll be right. I think he'll be
All
right
right.
there. Hey,
Nice.
is that fridge open?
Somebody open the fridge.
Can you hear that, Greg? You can hear the. Can you shut the
Go
beep? Go shut the fridge.
Wow. This is
Sorry,
both-
this is the accountability. We didn't open that fridge, but guess what? We're gonna shut it.
multitasking at its
And watch how
finest here.
fast he is. He's
Yeah,
so
it's
fast.
crazy.
Why is he running like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Put your arms in,
You're
Kozak.
running like a monster.
184. Asher Cunningham, like you said.
Oh my gosh.
So much fun to watch. That was his MO in high school too. Is just scramble fest.
I
every
kind of
match.
love that his dad's coaching him, and it's like, I don't know. You just think about how like foundational, positional a lot of their guys are, and then you've got, this guy who is just so unconventional. But I mean, I think his potential is insane. Like a guy that wrestles like that in that room, if he, cracking the lineup is obviously not assured. Maybe it's unlikely for the foreseeable future, but man, he can score from everywhere. He lets guys in a lot. I think he'll have to clean that up, but that's a huge point of emphasis, I know, for a lot of freshmen. I'm sure it is for him, but what he can do on the mat, what he can do in scrambles, that's not going anywhere, and that's going to be problems for a lot of guys.
Gold medal jeans.
That's true. That's true.
97. Josh Barr is looking more and more undeniable at
Oh, yeah.
197.
Oh, yeah.
Just majors, little. In his undershirt still as well.
I like it. It's a new look. Little looked, not great. Like still dealing with whatever he was dealing with, knee. But hopefully he's okay. But yeah, regardless of health availability for Little, Josh Barr looks like another undeniable guy at 197.
And then Big Jimmy Mullen brought it home for Virginia Tech at
Gasper's
heavyweight.
kind of tough.
Dude, he had some moments.
That takedown he had on Mullen was like, is so slick. He's small.
Some say he's spooky. Gasper's spooky.
Gasper.
He's a JUCO guy, right? He come over from
don't know.
Clackamas or something, I think. Yeah, man, that's a good find. Good
Neil,
find for them.
Neil just kind of finds them, huh?
He does.
Just he's from everywhere,
Yeah.
all walks of life. No, he's tough. That was a nice win.
So those were our tournaments of the weekend. Going around the horn with some dual notes and scores. Iowa State barely outlasted Stanford 2018 with a hobbled squad.
JD, you gotta be concerned here. We're already missing Stanford's. That's not a throwaway duel. They knew this would be a hard one to win.
You're talking about worried. They won with half a lineup, and they're being smart. They saw what happened last year, getting guys rest.
But you gotta be thinking, all right, these guys, half our team's not wrestling. That's concerning.
Nope.
That's where you're wrong. Not concerned.
Nope, they're just getting rest. Pitch counted. No, it is noted, especially considering the health history the past couple years for Iowa State.
So no Poulin, no Evan Frost, no Zerbin, no who's
Rocky.
there? No Rocky. And has Riggins been there 74?
Yes.
Okay.
Riggins / Kaitan.
That's right. I think it might be Big Rig.
I know. He was mid-rig when he started out as Cyclone. Now he's big rig.
He's solid.
Yeah, he's not bad. The big match in this one was Aiden Valencia beating Frost, reversing the result from CKLV.
That's a big win for Aiden. And, yeah, nice win, too.
Got tired at the end, notable, but he got the only takedown.
Frost gets
He
guys
deserved
tired.
to win. This one, it came down to Younger Bastida. He had to get bonus points against the poor Stanford heavyweight who just did not stand a chance. I felt bad for that
Younger
kid
has a
after the
lot
match.
of techs.
Yeah.
He gets them fast, too. Could be tough to beat.
Nebraska beat UNI 30-6.
Nebraska owed him one.
Yes. Right. UNI got him last year. Did you guys watch this duel?
Mm-mm.
You have to go back and watch the heavyweight match.
Okay.
It was electric. Bart Harley came back. AJ still MIA.
Uh-oh.
Well, he's not MIA. He was on the bench. You could see him. But Harley gets up kind of big, and what's his name from UNI? Yes, Aronson. First of all, you just have to see how this man looks. Like, I don't know if you can pull up his roster photo. Kozak.
Is he like big mullet guy?
Big mullet, big bowling ball dude.
I just knew when you said that. I was like, this could be a mullet man.
Yes. And
oh my gosh. Oh, I have seen this guy. Oh
yes.
yeah.
Beast.
Right.
Someone just wrote run.
Look at his IG handle, Goat Roper 160.
Oh yeah.
And so
Wait,
he starts to come back. Bart Harley's starting to get a little tired, and he's just like shoving him. Like he reverses him and goes to cut, and Harley won't stand up, but he just starts shoving him, and then like takes him almost all the way off the stage. It gets chippy, but then he had a lack of offense, so then they kind of stood at each other, and then Harley took him down at the end to get the win. But
That mullet's not lacking any offense.
No.
Oh man.
We're all looking for the guy who did this.
Yeah.
He's in a hot dog
What's
costume
his-
if you're just listening.
The caption just says onward. It's him wearing a hot dog suit.
Tremendous. Like I said, that guy's the man.
All right.
Biggest maybe actual like high ranking result in that duel was Downey beating Araujo. It was 0-0 going into the first.
Did they both take neutral or did they both ride each other out?
They both rode each other out.
What a match.
So Araujo rides Downey out the entire second. So obviously he has riding time, and then takes underneath. So maybe
Well,
they see again, you go neutral against Ryder Downey.
I reckon. Holy cow.
Ohio State whooped up on Oregon State a little bit.
They just
41-3.
They're just kicking necks everywhere they go.
I know. They are so good.
They're running through these. The matches are. I mean, Nick Buzak, I mean, we've been talking about him, but he massacred Maximo Renneria, who we watched at Vegas. We're like, this dude is good. And, I mean, Buzak is getting his swagger going. It reminds me of, like, kind of how he was in high school. Like, just manhandling.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, at 33, that wasn't really an option. Who would – I think there's no way in their wildest imagination they thought this was going to happen at 125. Because if so, you would have done it last year.
Right.
You thought he could be this guy. Because he was not that guy at 33. He was good. He could beat some good guys. But it felt like he was sort of capped, right? But at 25, it feels like it's just the best of Nick Buzakis.
And weight doesn't seem to be an issue at all.
He's no tank issues. Now, when you tech guys in 5.5 minutes, you don't see that last 90. But I think it's just kept him so on the rails discipline-wise or whatever. Not that he's undisciplined. This guy's tenacious worker, but I don't know. It's just working right.
You also do see sometimes where guys will actually get in better shape when they drop down a weight, even though a lot of times I was thinking, can they withstand the cut? If they can do it right, because they're getting an extra, 2 cardio workouts in a week versus Buzak's big lifter. Maybe he was, getting extra lifts in instead of doing the extra cardio.
I know there's different styles, like Spencer Lee and Nick Buzakis, like to compare them is like, they're different wrestlers.
Yeah.
But some of the things he does, just how easy he makes it look, like the power that he has, reminds me a little bit of like a Spencer Lee. Was like, it shouldn't look that easy. Like when he gets to the body and locks his hands, it's like, all right, you're game over. He's gonna lift you. He's gonna return you. You have no hope.
There's nothing you can do when he locks his hands around your body. He's going to score. Like to have a couple positions like that. He also has this. It's just like this easy post he hits. It's like a double or duck or I don't know, but it's so efficient. His finishes are so easy too.
Any guy who shoots and then jumps up to like waist or underhooks immediately, like doesn't even try to finish, is a dangerous man.
Yes.
That you do not want to wrestle.
Yeah, they're just shooting to set up. They're like,
yes.
Man, Poe had a crazy one of those. He lost in the finals. Whoever beat him in the finals, Simcox, he shot in. He went seatbelt and just hipped in and like threw him through. It was freaking dangerous looking. He lost, but it was a sick takedown.
This is Buzak's upcoming projected opponents.
Scott Moran, Volk, Lordson, or Kaler. Kaler wrestled in the UNI duel. Rivera, Sotelo, Peterson, Lilidol.
Oof, we're going to know a lot.
We'll learn a lot.
I think the other benefit for Buzakis this year is not just the weight class itself, but being in a roster battle keeps you sharp, I think, a little bit.
True, although you wonder how much Davino was breathing down his neck a year ago.
True.
Like, I think there was, Tom Ryan talked about they were weighing options there at 33, and Davino beat him in the season. But, yeah.
The one win for the Beavers was Rodemaker taking out Geog in tiebreakers.
Man, almost a blanking. Good for Rademacher to get a win. Man, amazing crowd. Incredible turnout. Like, Oregon State, Pendleton, they do a good job for these big duels. I mean, the other duels as well, but, like, these big ones, these fans show up and are loud. Of course, we had the looted return.
Oh, yes.
And
a lot of booze.
A lot of booze earned.
That's good. That's what you want from a fan.
Yeah,
base.
you got to boo them. And,
You see him in the mall, you boo that man.
what's
you see him in the laundromat, you boo that man. The New York. I can't remember his name. That when the Giants guy said that he made the fans were getting after him for not trying, and he said, "You're flipping burgers or something," and the guy got super angry.
Oh yeah.
You think you're better than me? You're not better than me.
That's great. But yeah, Styles kept it. You kind of watch to watch him wrestle, but also like, all right, what's he gonna do? Because he's a different kind of cat, but he just gave a couple waves, little slightly antagonistic. And then you saw Logan Stieber just kind of ushered him out, and then Tom took him away. So it was good.
Last duel score, big duel score that I mentioned from the weekend. SCSU beat Arizona State 24-14. And I'll tell you what, my takeaway from this duel, Julian Tagg is having a sneaky decent season.
Well, he started – who'd he beat?
Vaughn-Bauer.
So that got him on the – but then Bad Vegas, right? I believe.
Yeah.
Bad Vegas. So the Tagg experience will be, we'll have some undulations, but he is good.
I'm rooting for him. I like guys that Julian Tagg was a huge recruit coming out of high school. don't figure it out, right? They don't meet expectations.
Almost written off.
Right, for several years. And then kind of they come along at the end. They stick it out. They show that they didn't just give it up. A lot of guys who are that level who don't figure it out, you can tell they just kind of give up. They stay on a roster, just wrestle at opens, never crack lineup.
This is an all-time wrestle stat.
Oh, my goodness. High school, North Carolina, unattached, Jackrabbit Wrestling Club, SDSU.
Wasn't one of those high school years like with the at the OTC?
EAP?
Because that was the year he pinned RBY in the junior open finals. No?
That was Gabe.
Mixed up my tags.
But, yes, that happened. Yeah, no, it's cool. It's why, like, it's cool to see Julian do this. It's cool to see Christian Carroll.
Yes.
Like, all right, they stuck with it. It didn't maybe work out how they thought, but they kept trying, and then they found the right place, and it's working.
It also goes to show, like, obviously, yes, your blue blood programs, they're going to get the best recruits. And generally speaking, that's your best place to have success if you're a high-level recruit. But that's not always the best situation or place for everybody. Like, and I think place matters for a lot of guys, right? If you're a guy who needs a little more time, love, care, whatever, maybe that's not the best scenario for you personally, right? Off the mat, which can bleed into on the mat. So
For sure. I forgot to mention, we are live again. Kozak, how's the chat?
It's great.
It's great.
Yeah, we're building. It started.
bring back those super chats. Let's get it
No
going.
super chats yet.
Whoa.
People probably spent a lot on Christmas gifts.
That's true.
They got to take January, save a little bit.
Tax season right around the corner.
Tax season. Yeah, once the
You can
tax
use it as a
returns
write-off.
hit.
Super chats
Yeah.
are write-offs.
You could drop your whole tax return.
You can write off
Yeah.
super chats. This is not financial advice, but JD says you can write off super chats.
Yeah, dude, I know a lot about taxes.
But no, I think we caught people by surprise because it started a little lighter. They're still waking up. They didn't know that we had this new time.
Yeah.
But now we're rolling. The chat's rolling.
Apologies to our West Coast fans.
Yeah.
Although
that's
you can
tough.
wake up and immediately basically have it good to go the entire show.
Yeah,
But
that's
if you're
true.
if you're a live chatter,
We did have
sorry.
a first time live chatter.
Okay.
So he wanted us to shout him out. Said long-time listener, Javi Garcia,
First time, long time.
1616.
Thank you, Javi.
First time able to catch the show live. So it's good.
Well, it's great. You see us looking at Anderson's hot dog outfit there.
Some bad news we received over the weekend. California Baptist has decided to drop their wrestling program.
Along with two others. That's a bummer. Yeah. I don't have a ton of anything philosophical to say. It's a reality of Division I wrestling. Like, these programs on the fringes they're vulnerable.
And in this case, it was really centered around conference realignment and their decision, the school's decision to try to double down and invest more in the big time sports. And so, that's a bummer to see. It's weird like full circle for me because my senior year in college, we got a new coach named John Petty, and he did some really good things at
In
Northwestern
relation to
College.
Tom?
And the Heartbreakers?
No relation. Not much resemblance either. But he actually, after a few years, left our school to go start the program at California Baptist, and now it's done. So
Should never have left.
from cradle to grave, I've seen this thing. It's a bummer. It's
Dang.
sad, dude. They've done some really good things there too. They've had some
they're a
high
solid
performers.
program.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, these things are never over till it's over. So hopefully there's something that can be done. But it doesn't look good for Cal Baptist.
All right, before we get to questions, I want to remind all of our fans at home that this show is presented by Nike Wrestling.
Yes.
So go get some amazing shoes. We got the Freaks right here, the Inflicts.
Those are the Inflict 4s.
Inflict 4s. They're awesome. Inflict 4s over there, too. You can actually outfit your entire team. Probably a little late to do it this season, but if you want to start looking
it's
ahead
not.
to next season.
It's the perfect time. Postseason's coming up. We got that run, reset things, get some new shoes.
Yeah.
Right? So head over to Athlete PS. Go get yourselves some shoes, some singlets, some sweatshirts, whatever. All right,
All right.
Kozak, you got questions for us?
Absolutely, I do. All right. John Cobb, FRL question. What is the upside potential placement for Koi Hopke at the NCAAs? He appears to be progressing with his rear attacks and top wrestling.
Pull up the rankings if you can. I mean, I think there's a clear
He's not cracking that top 5.
Top 5. That's going to be really tough to get around. But I think there's a lot of really good guys that are going to be in that 5 to 8, 6 to 8 range. And Koi, I would say, is definitively one of them. But Bastida, Trumbull, Feldman, Ferrari, Keeter, that's tough. Man, he can place. It's not going to be in the top 5, in my opinion. He's going to be battling with some really good guys.
Christian Carroll's ranked 8th going into Salute. Beat him.
Yep.
So,
What's your opinion on Carroll now dropping behind Doucette that he lost to Hopke?
I'm still waiting for a Doucette result. Do you have one?
Beat Cade Ziola, who beat Koi Hopke
When did he beat them?
in the
this
duel.
year.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
And there has to be something, not to
So
rehash this
he
argument.
beat one guy that's not even in this field.
Not to rehash this argument, but there is something to be said for not losing 2 guys outside of the top 15.
There's something to be said for wrestling guys inside the top 15.
Ziola would be ranked there.
Yeah. Where would Cade Ziola be ranked right now?
Right around this Jimmy Mullen, Luke Luffman, Cole Mirasola range.
Okay.
Koi Hopke, he beat him. There you go. That's
Next
FRL.
question.
Boo.
Okay, Joe Moore. If you took the best freshmen at each weight and put them on their own team, how high could they finish at NCAAs? So many high-level freshmen out there.
Who's the best
right
freshman
now.
25?
And are we also assuming, like, okay, so then Marcus Blaze doesn't wrestle for Penn State? Does that subtract Penn State's points?
Let's not overthink this. Let's just this could turn into an hour. But is there a good 25 freshman?
Zeke Witt, baby.
Oh, he's a freshman?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dang, boy.
He's the highest ranked 125
He redshirted last
Okay.
year.
freshman.
But he didn't specify, so I think that's.
Oh, yeah,
that's
that
fair.
counts. So, Witt, Blaze. Ooh, Davino.
Oof.
I'll pick Ben just out of, he's higher ranked.
Respect.
but Probably Blaze.
Sergio Vega, 141.
Sergio Vega, I think he'd be the starter. Jackson Joy
Oof.
at 49.
Peach,
Pajama Duke, 65. D.
D.
Lockett,
Lockett.
74.
74 is
Or-
lacking.
Colin Kelly. You're going to have to. Colin. I think Colin is going to rise to the challenge here. He's going to be surrounded by a bunch of killers, and it's going to raise his game. Then Angelo, Ferrari, or
Is there not a
Aiden.
red shirt?
Huh?
Redshirt
We can get
74. Henkel.
Yeah, we might. Sorry, Colin. We're getting Will Hinkle
Or we
involved.
could, we could bulk job LJ Araujo,
Let's cut Asher Cunningham down to 74.
There you go. Yep, we could do that.
Agent of Chaos. Angelo Ferrari at
84.
Merrill, 97.
And
And then who's the best?
Hopke.
Hopke.
That could be like one of the best teams. That
It's a
would be
good
like a
team.
top 2 or 3 team.
You could get, 3 champs?
More. I mean,
4?
33, 41,
57.
49. You got to say Jackson Joy's a
True.
57,
obviously.
D. Lockett. I mean, he ain't beating Mitchell, but. And then it's 84.
Age,
6
Angelo.
champs.
Not bad.
That's solid.
That could be a title team right there.
Yeah, absolutely. So shout out to the freshmen. And think of the ones that weren't on the list. It's a good crew.
That's a great question. All right, shocked FRL. Who is currently on undefeated 4-timer watch, and how realistic is it? Blaze, Duke, Vega, etc. I know it's way too early, but something I like to think about.
I like to think about it too. It is. I do think it's not realistic. I think it's so.
I would never, ever predict it.
Yeah, we'd have to be 3 years down the line, 2 years down the line for it to happen. And even Aaron Brooks lost, right?
Yeah.
Like, obviously he lost as a freshman, but then, he got Marcus Coleman,
Yes, you did.
one of JD's training partners. JD maybe prevented a Aaron Brooks undefeated season.
It's true.
Because if
I would never take credit for that, but I have been given credit for it.
Yeah, you should be. It's appropriate. Highly appropriate. Your tenacious leg attacks made Marcus Coleman have to innovate. He had to go off script, and that's exactly what he did against
right.
Aaron Brooks.
Wow.
That's what happened.
Between that and the Desterbats thing, JD's really caused
yeah.
a lot
Well,
of chaos.
Yeah, I don't appreciate that part. Training Desterbats to beat Zane.
All right, curbside profit.
Who? Well,
no, but
to go back.
go back.
Oh,
Listen, Mr.
Because we didn't
Hasty.
actually talk about it.
you guys stopped talking.
Well, I'm sorry. I thought JD might say something. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So who is the most likely to come out of this?
That's
Duke?
what I was gonna ask.
I don't know
Duke?
why. I feel like Blaze out of this group.
I do
But
too.
the weight clears out next year a little bit.
I just think Duke is just in such a crazy way. I feel like he's gonna lose one this year. May not be at the NCAA tournament, but it feels like he's gonna drop one.
I just I like going with a middleweight too versus a lightweight.
Yeah, the lightweights are crazy. Blaze is just killing everybody. He massacred Tyler Knox. I don't know. We got to see so much
massacred
more.
my boy.
We've seen. Yeah, Vega. I don't think just because Mendez
Yes.
exists
Or Etch.
Echemendia. When is that? That's in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
It's February. It's not till February, I think.
February. It's right around the corner.
Because didn't we say that was a Valentine's Day duel? I think we brought it up one time.
yeah, maybe so.
There is a Valentine's Day Eve duel that we circled.
Date night. Okay. Date night watching a duel.
Oh yeah.
You can't beat that.
Feb 1.
Well, he
Oh.
also didn't mention Ferrari.
Oh yeah.
Like, he's also in a killer weight.
Killer weight.
He's navigated it so far, though. And he's actually, I guess, Vega, too. He beat Brock. But, like, he's the one ranked number 1. He's the one that beat Sinclair.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't
it's
know,
almost
man.
like, I feel like matchup-wise, like, he's the best. But
I like Blaze maybe a little more than Angelo, but yeah.
I do feel.
Blaze also, so
I mean, Aiden Sinclair, he's not undefeated, but jeez,
is Blaze going to move up to 41 next year?
I don't know. I don't know for sure. I guess here's the thing. Ono will go literally wherever they tell him. Like, hey, like
Right.
Marcus is
He's the piece for you. Ono's
He's-
1 year. He's,
it's a cool thing.
yeah.
Like Marcus is gonna wherever Marcus feels best. I think is where he's gonna go. Sort of depends.
Got to be 33, right?
Well, you kind of wonder, does Marcus?
C65 long term.
Yeah, but you feel like Marcus is going to make a run at a team this year. He could make the team. And if he makes a senior team, doesn't feel like you bulk at 61, doesn't feel like you bulk up to 41 a month later.
True.
So I think, the odds of him not making a world team are pretty low. Like, if he doesn't make seniors, make U23, you would think.
True.
I don't know. I just think Marcus Blaze world teams just sounds right.
Is he going to be too old for another U20?
He might have one left.
He might.
Was he first
he's-
year when he made the
I
finals?
can't remember.
I think he was.
He is a true freshman.
He's
I
a
bet
true
I
freshman,
bet he
yeah.
does have another year.
I think he has 1 year left. Yeah.
He's gonna make a world team somewhere.
yeah.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is Marcus. But then you throw Jax Forrest in there. I don't know. The lightweights.
See if we do.
They're just gonna take a loss.
Yeah.
I need a heavy Chevy freshman in here. Although a lot of times they don't win as freshmen.
Yeah. The 33s, 25s, you rarely see those guys go unscathed. Certainly not for multiple years.
What if Duke does it and just like has an Imar situation where he goes undefeated, true freshman, first year, 57, and then some other savage comes along and they just have a great rivalry?
Man, it's hard to imagine someone behind Duke, but yeah.
Duke reminds me more like a Kyle Dake, where he might have like a loss this year or next year, but then by the time he's junior.
Who's his Humphreys?
Who's his Zach Bailey?
I mean, Cardenas could have been, right?
Cardenas could have been the Zach Bailey.
Cardenas is going to wrestle every guy
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
Look, if Cardenas has one fan in this world, it's me. I'm Daniel Cardenas' stan.
He's fun. Enjoy Daniel Cardenas a lot. Okay, now next question, I think.
Next question.
Sorry,
Now we're
John.
ready to move on.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Okay. I don't
And
wanna
thank you,
push
Shock
guys.
FRL.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Curbside profit. First half of the season, all surprise team.
Ooh.
Who surprised you?
25. I don't know if I want to say Buzakis, but I didn't expect this amount of
Vega.
production. Or Witt.
Zeke Witt for sure. I mean, Vega for me.
Yeah.
Well, Vega, I was going like 25.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Putting
All right,
a
let's do it like
roster
that.
together.
Okay, I like that. 25, we'll go Witt again. 33.
I would also nominate Bouzakis for just how.
Honestly,
he's looked.
yeah. You're right.
To be honest, I thought Bouzakis would be what he was at 33.
Yeah. Yeah.
At 25.
I thought he'd have like 2 awesome periods and just have trouble in the third with the weight and everything. But dude, he has looked so good.
So good. So yeah, him 33. Who's the most surprising 33? Could use your rankings in times like these, John.
They're right here.
Okay.
Seidel?
Seidel. Although this guy was
He was right there with Jax.
With
PA,
Jax.
Double A finals. But,
I mean,
I don't know.
The-
Him
the-
killing everyone in Midlands, that's
what I'm-
shocking.
right?
that was crazy. The way that Davino beat Ayala makes me want to throw his name in the hat. I don't know if I would pick him, but
Okay, so that's our 30.
41's Vega.
Yeah, I
Yep.
think. See if there's
49, Joy.
any- Yes.
yeah.
And we liked Joy. He
Yeah.
was definitely someone in the preseason we talked about, liked him, thought he'd be good, but also it's sort of benefit this weight's been it's given
my least
Kozak
favorite.
Ajita.
Block
it.
as a backup, honorable mention.
Nobody
Oh,
wants
yeah.
to be
Wait.
top 5 in this weight. Everybody just wants to lose to somebody outside the.
Ryder Block is
Top
a
five.
great candidate there. He's been really good. And he's another guy kind of not in the tag realm, but like you're like, oh, big recruit, but like maybe not gonna work out. Can't get healthy, finds the right weight, gets a groove, and he looks good.
Who's been at 57?
57.
Not PJ. Cannon.
Brandon Cannon,
Holy
Yeah.
shot out of a cannon
Yeah.
from. I mean, I don't know. He's outside he was round of 12 last year, Big Ten finalist. He was on the radar. He was on our radar too. Ohio State was so high on him in the offseason. I was like, okay, he'll be good. But ranked number 1 at this point in a weight with national champion Antrell Taylor, PJ Duke, Robidou. Robidou in a way, honestly, like I did not know he was this good.
Yeah.
Like, they loved him. I knew that. Like, they were so high on him. But I was like, is he like, he's ranked whatever 5th right now, but he feels like a guy that could absolutely win a title. So for me, that's a surprise.
I do think you have to lean Cannon not only for the wrestling but also learning that he takes naps in his wrestling shoes in the hotel.
true.
That's one of the bigger shocks. This guy just gets off the mat, he puts on his sweats, and he just goes sleeps in
Well,
the
if
hotel
I would have
room.
known also he was just becoming a savage and growing his hair out like an
Yeah.
absolute lion mane, then I would have predicted him number 1, no doubt.
He's
But I didn't know that.
Yeah,
we didn't know that. No, they
Shocking.
should have told
So
us.
I can't be held accountable for
That's
that.
shocking.
65. I don't know.
Ryan Burton, maybe?
He's good, but Will Denny, pretty good right away.
Nah, I
Yeah.
thought Will Denny was going to be that dude. Famously
right.
picked him one week.
Okay, this is a challenge.
He was clowned
65.
for it.
You got to start surprising us.
Bryce Hepner's been good.
He's been good. This doesn't rise to the level though.
LJ.
He's been
Araujo?
good.
Araujo, last year's results were not.
I did
great.
not. I thought he was going to be a decent guy, but I would have predicted
Decent.
him 15th ranked. Not a guy who's clearly top 10 in the country.
Wow. Okay, 74. Who are we thinking there?
I don't know. Schubert?
This is another. Yeah, Schubert. Definitely not on the radar. Right, 84. His biggest surprise. Oh,
think
Conway.
Conway.
James Conway.
Conway. Yeah.
James Conway's looked awesome. I didn't expect Sinclair to be this dominant.
Yeah, he's killing people.
He's also.
He didn't have a great
outdominated.
redshirt year.
Yeah.
Well, he's up at 97 a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Make your way, bro.
Didn't he get beat pretty bad by Plot
Yeah.
last year?
Mm-hmm.
Feels like that would not happen at
Mhm.
all. It feels like, would any of you guys pick Plot to win that match?
Now?
Now?
Man, I don't know. I don't think so.
Crazy the jump he made.
Okay.
97.
97. And Dean?
Yes.
Yeah. Mo and
Yeah.
Dean, for sure.
And then
Heavyweight,
Heavy Chevys.
Christian Carroll.
Yes,
Christian Carroll.
he's back.
And it's even more surprising that he can't get love from this panel.
He's currently ranked 8th, so
Your interpretation of love.
most surprising, Tay in the opposite
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Still ranked 6, so how
We're
down-
doing good surprises.
What did he start? What was he ranked preseason?
like
Like
4th?
4.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Next question from Dom Montano.
Thank you, Dom.
All right. Thoughts on Oklahoma State not sending their starters to Scuffle? Seems like OSU could have gotten a lot of good reps against opponents they would definitely see in March.
I just don't think that's an incentive for them to go.
They've gotten reps.
And they're going
They
to
wrestle at national duels, and then
Yeah.
they have a Big 12 slate coming up.
They have the toughest schedule. Definitely non-conference schedule. I would say it's up there. I don't want to be too definitive, but they're tested, and I think the Scuffle for them is they sent some backups and redshirt types. Actually, it might have been all backups. Yeah, I don't think that's what they're looking for.
It would be a fun. You just got me thinking. If we could somehow put it in a matrix and figure it out, like at the end of the year, you do all the individual rankings, and then do a formula that shows who had the toughest schedule by like opponent's rank at the end of the year somehow.
Well, if AI was helpful at all, it could do it, but it didn't even. I don't know if you guys read Space Roundup. It's always very funny. But he asked like ChatGPT a question like, "What are the top upcoming matches?" And it listed all things that had already happened. So, all right, the machines are out, so we're not getting replaced anytime soon. Although I'm sure they're trying.
Hey, can I interrupt these questions with a question of my own?
Yes.
What did you guys think about this Lovato to Oklahoma City University news?
Oh my gosh. So if you guys aren't like jiu-jitsu people, that makes sense. But Rafael Lovato Jr. is like a jiu-jitsu legend, and he's an American and black belt world champion, and there's not many of those that are American. Anyways, he fought in Bellator, really good. I think he might have had an undefeated MMA career. He's 42, and he's going to be wrestling at Oklahoma City University, which is NAIA,
Yes.
I believe.
Oh, yeah.
But recall, he wrestled at the U.S. Open, like Masters.
Yeah. I think he got third.
Yeah, he did good. Like he's good at wrestling, and it's always he trained with Nick Heflin a lot. So my thoughts are cool, but like wow,
Dude, this is,
I don't know.
I want to see it. It's going to be crazy. He's got to go heavyweight, I think.
I don't know.
I don't know if he can AA.
NAIA.
I'm serious.
Oh, yeah,
Can his
no.
body hold up for 4 or 5 matches?
That's what we're gonna find out. It's the ultimate test.
And
Good question though.
But I do
the
remember.
guy goes, "Hey yo."
Dude, back when I was coaching, we did have a 141 pounder that had to wrestle a guy in his 40s at the national tournament. It does happen at the NAIA level, you know.
NAIA is the Wild West.
It is the Wild West.
And I know they ain't drug testing this dude.
Oh, he's good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, maybe they're drug testing him and he has to test positive.
No.
Dude, that is wild. But Oklahoma City now, they've got like Tate Piccolo's there now. John Wiley's there now.
So I bet that was a connection because Piccolo's are jiu-jitsu guys.
Yep.
And I think he did an interview where he said, because I was like, dang, what kind of NIL are they throwing around up there in Oklahoma City to get this guy to come compete? He's like, no, this is just training for me. I'm not competing right now, so it's just something fun.
Is he going to school?
Yeah, what's his course load like?
You
That's what I
have to be
wanna know.
enrolled at least. But only second semester, technically, he doesn't have to pass. He just has to be enrolled.
Yeah.
He's
To
got
be
to pay.
academically eligible.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have any long-term NAI wrestling dreams.
All right. Well, more to come.
That's wild.
Other questions?
And then
Yep.
that's wild of the weekend.
All right. Shocked FRL. What would the world be like today if Spencer Lee went to Penn State out of high school?
I don't know. Well, it would feel like Iowa would not have won titles in 20 and 21. Yeah, he's the biggest recruit they've had in so very long. Probably Metcalf, and maybe as important a recruit as they've ever had. So yeah, it would be a very very different wrestling world.
I mean, he was a cornerstone
You
for
said it would be?
It would be very different, I think.
He was a
For
cornerstone
Iowa, it'd be
for
basically
big,
business as usual at Penn State.
Yeah.
but like he helped really bring a huge class in with him too.
Yes.
It wasn't just Spencer. I mean, it was
Kimmer and Warner and all those. Or Kimmer was before, but still.
yeah.
Kimmer helped bring him in, maybe.
This was the team scores 2021.
So he scored 20-some in that
Mhm.
one. So
Let's see. Penn State.
Yeah.
Robert Howard scored 1.5 points. And Spencer Lee scored 24.5.
so that would have done it.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, good question.
Antonio Doldo. Thoughts on Iowa having only a few starters wrestle at the Salute? Well, in years past, they would send a full lineup. Kind of already covered it, but you can.
Yeah,
talk more about
sorry.
it.
I like this one, but yeah, kind of went over that. They just the wrong date. It's a week too late. They want to have it a week earlier, and they'll send people. So I don't know if the venue was booked or what prohibited it from being the normal weekend, but certainly that's Coach Brand's position that it needs to be a week earlier.
All right, Kenneth Moore. Will it be one and done for Welsh at Penn State with Asher at 184 next year? Russell off gonna be insane.
He's right. I don't think it's gonna be a one and done for Welsh. I don't think you go here.
Asher's crazy, but he's got a while to go before he's beating the Rocco Welshes.
Could you
of
have
the
two
world.
more different wrestlers?
Oh my gosh.
Rocco is just so.
I was about to say, I'm not sure this match would be insane because it's still a Rocco Welsh match.
Yeah.
It's an Asher Cunningham match, but it's a Rocco Welsh match.
That's
as well.
where we'll really find out.
Inside of us, there are two wolves.
Wolves.
a Rocco Welsh.
JD's inability to say wolves. Now you got
Wolves.
You said wolves.
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 Sometimes I keep the F in there.
Inside of there are two wolves.
I don't know why it turns into a V.
Yeah.
I
It should
don't-
just be a normal word.
Wolves.
Okay.
You got me. So I don't even know how to say
I
it
also
anymore.
sometimes don't say the L.
Rocco and
The wolf.
Asher did wrestle at the Black Knight.
What was it?
13-5, Rocco won.
So he's got a ways to go.
Mhm.
Kenny Moore.
And it does seem though that the skills Asher has that Rocco doesn't would be a lot harder for Rocco to add than the skills that Rocco has and Asher doesn't. Like if he can
Yeah.
shore up his positionality and he can if he can like correct some things, then all these other skills that he has just I think become more and more valuable. But if you're giving up points, left and right, it's not going to help. But it's easier I think for Asher to get more fundamental than it would be for Rocco to like start hitting Win Dixies.
Mm-hmm. Other thing, I don't know how big Asher is. He looked fine size, but does he maybe make a drop down to 74 and challenge there? I'm just making that up.
Good.
Yeah, it might.
Anything else?
Yeah, there's more questions.
Cool.
All right, Master Santiago.
Hello,
What's a
Master.
college team that needs a switch up in their uniform? Happy New Year, lads.
I don't know. I just don't like it when they're all camoed out and everyone has camo. It's like you got to get on the same camo page.
That only happens NC State, Virginia Tech.
Stanford.
Was it Stanford
Yeah.
that did it?
But sometimes like it happens at the national tournament. And who knows what teams it would be. And then you're like, wait, who we got here?
I like that Iowa and Penn State have not switched theirs up
Yeah.
because they're iconic and because they've been good. But you got to be good to like keep the traditional basic singlet.
Yeah, you're right.
I will say the one switch up I would recommend is I don't love the ones like Penn has where it's diagonal. I just think it's kind of weird. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I think Penn. I would if I
Straight
no
across.
shade, no shade. Do something a little different. Penn.
The big diagonal stripe is very like 2002.
Yes, that's yeah.
That was my high school singlet.
There you go.
3 diagonals.
Yep.
Or maybe it was 2.
A lot of like football teams are doing kind of like throwback uniforms where they toss on a 1960s, 70s, 80s logo from the team. Maybe try something out with that. That would be my recommendation to a team, but not Iowa, Penn State. Keep those.
All right. We talked about this one.
Does Penn State?
Okay.
They don't do the white singlets anymore for the finals,
It's been
do they?
a long time. Did they do a pink one a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think for like breast
Penn
cancer
State's-
awareness or
well,
something. Oh no, it was in like February.
I think they're. Yeah, that's in the fall.
It was for something though.
No, the original Penn State colors were pink.
That's what it was.
No kidding.
Yeah, I almost don't believe it, but I remember.
Yep.
Yeah, their original. Who would
This
have
is according
thought?
to Google AI.
No, I'm certain of this.
No, I pull it up. Here. Refers to the university's original school colors, dark pink and black. So that's what Penn State pink.
I didn't even know
refers to.
pink had been invented in the 1800s. I thought pink was,
That was a good switch on their part.
1970s. Yeah.
It would be hilarious for a school now to just be like, nope, our colors are completely different.
We're pink. All right.
It's crazy.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. Less is more. What are the odds of Seeley leaving Penn State?
I don't know. I mean, certainly you would think higher than most guys on their roster. Like, his path is maybe the most fraught with difficulty. Although Connor's is similarly, it's only one guy with Barr, but it's the guy. And there's not like a weight change for him. Like, and I don't know if Seeley can change weights. It's funny how much this is a conversation about this team, but it's like, man, you can't watch Joe Seeley and feel like he could be a factor. I don't know if he could place this year at this weight. I don't think so, but he would
be like a Facundo.
He would make some team a lot better, for sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's he stays until he graduates and then goes somewhere for a year or two situation.
It's a long way, but yeah, maybe that's what he does.
Okay, this is the last one we have. I'll go back and look and see if any more have come in or any of the chat. We have time. It's only 9:11. JB the Hawkeye.
Easy.
Wow.
Relax.
Wow. Trust me, I knew it because I never forget.
What the heck?
JB the Hawkeye. Any word on Leo DeLuca's injury?
No, but not seeing him at the salute makes me, it's troubling. You like to see a true freshman getting some mat time. They loved what they saw with Leo. No word. They keep it pretty tight out there, and especially for a true freshman, there's less reasons we would know something like that. I remain just sort of surprised that Knox and Iowa did not somehow become a conversation. Like, I think it makes sense for Iowa to get someone like Anthony there, regardless of weight. They have Leo now, or for the future, but Leo had health problems in high school, right? He's hurt now. Tom Brand said in the his Soldier Salute press conference, he loves roster depth. He loves these battles. He likes that. It's like, feels like Knox would be good there. And, there's maybe flexibility with him being at 33. Because I don't know what their 33 plan is next year. Drake's graduating. So who's going to be – so that just surprised me that, I don't know where the interest didn't exist. Did it not exist on the Knox side? Did it not exist on the Iowa side? But it felt like – there wasn't much of a attempt there.
Maybe it shows you how highly they think of DeLuca.
Sure, but
I'm not saying that's the right move. I'm
yeah,
just saying
yeah,
that's what that would say to me.
And those guys were training partners in high school, so I figured they'd want to be reunited again, but maybe not. I don't know. I'm just speculating.
Okay. While we're waiting for more questions to come in, I figured we'd give another shout out to Adam Aronson's Instagram.
That's appropriate.
So Goat Roper is his name. Looks like he actually did.
He shows sheep.
Yeah, he shows sheep, goats. He is a legitimate goat roper. Pigs as well.
I like that.
Great.
He's
great
from
Instagram
Iowa,
follow.
isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he
All
has
right.
to be.
Let me get back to our questions.
He's a Union boy, like Max Thompson is from there.
All right, so we got a few more. You can tell me if you like any of these. Solution to medical forfeits in tournaments?
No,
What's the solution? Any
we've got
solution?
it. They're taking L's when they medical forfeit that first one, so it hurts. We cannot legally force these people to wrestle. So that's basically that's the next
Or
thing.
illegally.
Yeah, it would be illegal by definition. No, I don't know what else you can do other than they're getting the loss. They're not. There has to be you can always quit a sport in the middle. You can always quit a game. You can quit. So it's just something that happens a lot in wrestling, unfortunately.
This is a good question from Elder Brad in the YouTube chat. Pac-12 still doesn't have 6 teams. Will they be given automatic qualifiers this year?
They're working on it. They're gonna have. I think the Pac-12 could be huge. think it could be a big conference soon. So stay tuned. More to come. Pac-12, I think, is going to be substantial in the coming years.
Okay. There was a question in the chat earlier. People are already starting to gear up for Penn State, Ohio State. They want to know how many matches Ohio State can win.
Was that the Valentine's
win?
Eve duel?
That might be. Let me check.
Someone find out what
Someone find out what's going on February 13th.
Come on. 14th.
No, I think it's Eve.
Oh.
I think Valentine's
Is
Day is
Saturday?
on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, it is. Katie's having her recital for students on Valentine's Day. All right, so what do we got?
Yes. Penn State, Ohio State is Valentine's Day Eve.
I knew it.
Wow.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's fine.
Valentine's
Yeah.
Day Junior.
We date on, but Sunday.
That could be a daddy-daughter dance day.
No, it can't.
It can't be a daddy-daughter dance day if we don't go.
Yeah, we'll just do our own daddy-daughter dance at like 1 PM.
Yeah. Look at dance.
Like the rookie state tournament. It's no problem.
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah.
Texas having their – this is a soapbox. I'll get on and off quickly, but the rookie state tournament for Texas is on Friday. The weigh-ins are Friday at 1 o'clock. I'm like, these are the people that are you're most likely to churn out as wrestling families and kids, and you're taking them out of school for the state tournament. I don't know. That's stupid. But, yeah. I just discovered that because David Bray's son is tearing up the rookie scene as we speak.
He's keeping that 500 record.
No one's
intact.
scored. I would say this. No one is scoring points at the clip he and his opponents are. They're putting up. He is consistently putting up football scores in single matches, which are 1-1-1s or 90-90-90.
1-1-1. Yeah.
1-1-1 periods. That's a challenge. Mitchell Messerbrink. There's a new bar.
Well, yeah. Yesterday he got pinned late in a match. The score was 27-19 when that happened.
The FloWrestling, the scorecard of that one is just it's insane.
You got to scroll a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a full reel and just thumbing through it.
Yep.
Wait, what were we talking about?
Penn State, Ohio State.
How many matches can Ohio State win against Penn State?
Bro, I haven't done that in a while where I just got – that was 4 different tracks off of the original thing. Penn State, Ohio State. I mean, Ohio State can win 125, 133, 141. I'm not putting 49 in the up for grabs category. 57 for sure. Not 65. I can't do it with 74. Some may. You could cite the duel last year, but it's freaking at the end of it. I don't think Levi Haynes is going to lose this match. 84. I think that one's on the table. It's going to be a 1 takedown match. Dylan Fishback and Rocco Welsh. That's a 1 takedown match, in my opinion, based on both of their seasons so far. 97, no. Heavyweight, yes.
Possible.
What was that, 7? They could win 7.
Yeah.
They might win 2.
All right. Let me
That's
see.
the reality.
There was another question in here. Ryan Kaiser. Knowing what we know, who will be the biggest threat to Penn State in 27-28?
Wow. Well, we don't know a ton, but I would say Oklahoma State is going to be in that mix. Ohio
Will
State.
Tech enter the mix?
Well, we're trying to stay a little more under the radar in Blacksburg. But, yes, I mean, maybe. If they land Anthony Knox, which it seems like they're one of the 3 teams in the mix for it.
Do we have an update on when he's going to make his decision, Knox?
Visits next. We got to go visits. We got to get boots on the ground. So we'll know more then.
I ain't lying. I didn't know Roby had the bankroll like that a couple of years ago.
I
was
don't-
like, dang, dude, okay.
I don't know I don't think they do. I don't know what's real with these numbers for Anthony, honestly. I tweeted about this, the fake Marcus Blaze number about Ohio State. People have reasons to get big fake numbers out there. And so I don't know what is true or not true with Knox. I don't think Tech is going to be the highest bidder in this 3-man race. But, if it truly is Rutgers, UNC, Virginia Tech, it's Tech has the wrestling piece
Absolutely
covered over UNC and Rutgers. That's undeniable. So they may not have to win a bidding award to get Anthony Knox.
I'm just thinking they have a full decent lineup, and then you get Bassett, Miller. You're in the running for Knox.
Yeah, no.
How crazy,
That's good. I'm not trying to dog rib. I'm like, that's amazing that a program can have NIL money.
For sure.
How crazy would it be for Knox and Bassett to be on the same team after all the heat back in the Super 32 rivalry days? Man,
Those were great.
those were great. That'd be fun, you know.
Absolutely.
Okay. I like this question from Tyler Perry. What do you think is the most important base for newer wrestlers? Hard hand fight, moving feet, motion, good shot, head hands defense. What's the best base?
I think you start with the foundation, like head hands positioning, and then a good shot, a good leg attack. You don't want them so focused on position that they don't have like leg attack skills.
What do we teach in Ellis right now? I think that's the question.
Honestly, for me, like
Win Dixies.
my entire goal for Ellis in his first year is that he loves it enough to come back for his second year. And so, I mean, he's got good coaches, so I kind of let them worry about it and figure it out. And I try, like, after his first tournament, we've mentioned the scores, the crazy ones. I think he won one match like 17-16 or 18-16 and lost one 17-16. And I'm like, and he's so tired. He his first term, he was freaking out. He's like, I can't breathe. I'm like, yeah, it's because you're in on a shot for 3 entire minutes. So, I was like trying to get him to mix in some fakes and then he was just his second term. He was super hesitant because I overcorrected him. And so I don't know, I don't know what to say. Just hopefully they at the very beginning. I think more important than any of those skills is just, do they like doing it? Because eventually they're going to have to decide, do I want to be good at this or not?
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I've been way more focused on that part of it. Like, do you like it? Do you like going to practice? Do you like going to the tournaments more than the actual wrestling skills? That's where I've been at.
Yeah.
All right. I think this is the last question, unless we get another good one. Another Tyler Perry question. Is Zepeda a title contender next season?
That is not yet looked to be the case.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not saying you can't.
What weight
be.
is he,
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I was going to say. I think it really depends on the weight he's at. If he's at 57, I don't think so. If he goes down 49, maybe.
Oh, there's another question.
You like this one? You like another question?
Yeah, but you can't see it.
I can't see it.
It says, what is your New Year's wrestling resolution? Mine's not picking any senior transfers to win matches. I don't really do New Year's resolutions.
I live my New Year's
It's
resolutions
like
every day.
If there's something that I'm doing that's not good, I just don't do that
Don't
anymore.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't wait till December 31st to be like, all right, this is the wake-up call I needed.
Yeah. Anything you've learned about wrestling that you're not gonna take from, or you're gonna change?
I don't think so.
No. Anything
What do
you
you?
learned?
Why were you leading me somewhere?
Mm-mm.
I mean,
Curious.
I might stop picking Daniel Cardenas to beat every guy in the top 5.
Yeah.
Psych! I'm gonna keep doing that.
he's gonna get
That's
one.
my guy.
He's gonna get one.
Or what about your?
Well, now he's due.
What about your picks? Any change in your strategy to your picks
How
in the
about
new
we
year?
didn't even
No.
do? How about we didn't even do them?
Yeah.
Well, there were hardly any duels.
We just went over. We were rife with options.
We could have.
That only helps.
you-
That only helps you.
Can you imagine the bloodbath if we did Stanford, Iowa State with no Iowa State starters?
That's true.
Dude.
That
You
would be
dodged
hard.
such a bullet there. You'd be like, I got Poolin, I got Pooin, as JD calls him. Yeah, you can get back in it. What's on the agenda for? I'm so
This week?
locked in. Yeah.
Give me 1 minute and I'll
All right, we're gonna pull that in because we should know that.
Fridays.
I'll tell you
Bedlam.
what. Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Bedlam Sunday.
You're not gonna want to
Not
miss
Friday.
it, gang. You're not gonna want to miss Bedlam.
This is shout out to the Pirate, his weekend preview. Let's see. Looking at it right now.
Love the pirate, hate the piracy.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's what I
Ooh,
always say.
big rivalry week for Michigan State duel. Wisconsin, Iowa. Oh, it's kickoff of the Big Ten, the conference schedule. So you got Purdue, Nebraska. Let's see.
Tech Pitt,
Yeah, that's fun.
West Virginia, Arizona State, the Zeke Jones Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
How about that?
Let's see.
Cornell at Lehigh. That's on.
Cornell, Lehigh. That's
Both teams have been.
I need to know the lineups.
Both teams have been threatening to actually use their team for this match. So
We'll see. Is
see.
that live on Flow?
It's like the
Yeah.
yeah.
Live on Flow. Minnesota,
Rutgers at Penn
Illinois
State. Ooh.
on Saturday.
Have y'all heard anything about Poeta?
No.
I've been meaning to like try to find out more and just keep forgetting that.
So yeah,
I don't know
some
if that's
fun
good or
Saturday
bad.
duels.
I don't-
Yeah, big
huh?
Saturday.
Some fun Saturday duels. Cornell, Lehigh,
Rutgers,
Minnesota,
Penn State.
Illinois,
We're
Rutgers,
gonna be at
Penn
the-
State.
I'm gonna miss them all. We're gonna be at the Come and Take It duels.
I'm gonna be at the
Um,
Dr. Buchanan.
Oh,
And then Sunday. Not that much Sunday other than Bedlam.
okay.
So
Well,
There
don't
it
miss
is.
that one.
Wow,
I will.
You got Zeke Witt and Steve-O. That'll be going. Iowa State, North Dakota
Well,
State.
Or
Or somebody
Or Perry-
else.
or Perryman.
what are our picks going to be? What's
Yeah,
the-
maybe Castillo.
Cornell Lehigh.
Maybe
Cornell Lehigh?
Castillo
Should be.
Castillo duel.
Yeah.
Cornell
That
Lehigh.
makes it fun because you got to try to
You
guess.
don't know, right?
who's
You got to
gonna
know the
wrestle.
lineup.
Yeah.
That's part of it. I'm gonna rely on you.
I'm gonna throw out so much fake news. You're not gonna
Dang
know
it.
what's real.
You know you can't trust Kozak.
Come on.
Man. Yeah, the odds of me picking Ryan Crookham are so low. I can't tell you. Does
See.
Lehigh put out probables? Lehigh.
Probably.
Can we get some probables?
Probably
Cornell.
probables.
Can we get some probables?
But those probably won't come out until what?
Meyer was registered for Scuffle, didn't wrestle last week. So I don't know if there's something going on there. Meyer's always,
Get the
I'm never surprised when Meyer doesn't wrestle, I'll say.
NWCA national duels. Northern Iowa, South Dakota State. Headline that. That could be a fun duel.
That could be fun, but we're not doing that one. We're doing
Oh,
Cornell.
yeah. No,
we're
I'm
doing
just saying,
Cornell,
like,
yeah. That is a good
That's
one.
another thing
This
happening.
is a solid weekend.
Yeah.
This is a right smack dab down the middle. This is a good weekend. That's something to be proud of. It's a weekend you can hang your hat on.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go.
Cool.
This show's
Good
so
show.
over. We thank you guys for tuning in. 1,192 strong. We're going to be back. Come here, Ollie. We're signing off. Our friend Ollie. This is the joy of being in Gen Pop down here. We've got former FRL co-host Ollie Stone. Say hi, Ollie.
What's up, gang? Good to see you all again.
Double micing him.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little under the weather. So don't,
Oh, for real?
Yeah, now you're all sick.
Now he tells me that. But he comes into work. I'm sorry. That was kind of odd.
And that's it for FRL. Bye, folks.
Cut it.